Thank you for staying with us. Let's go to Abuja now. Chamberlain has some questions. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, Oladotun Hassan joins me here. He's the president of Yoruba Council Worldwide. Good morning. Thank you for coming on today on the program.
It's a pleasure to be on the program.
Well, yeah, you heard Afenifere's perspective on the matter. They think based on equity, fairness and justice, they feel that their endorsement or their support for the candidate, the presidential candidate of Labour Party is in order. What does your group think about that?
Well, we must acknowledge the fact that every individual has their personal right to support whoever they believe. It's a fundamental right. But it will be, it will amount to ultra-virus conduct and illicit mode of campaign when you are at the expense of you supporting your candidate. It is laced with hatred, bedeviled with penchant comments against the candidate of another party. Yes, Afenifere has the right to support.
It's against candidate of another party?
Yeah.
Which party?
Well, that is Asiwaju is their albatross. That has been the campaign they are really after against. So it's not that maybe their support for Obi or for Peter Obi is at the instance of their hatred against Asiwaju. And to that effect, what is their modus operandi? What is their philosophy? We are all disciples of Awolowo. We all believe in the philosophy. If Awolowo were to be alive today, this is a repetition of what happened between Awolowo and Akintola while he was contested, because somebody from within would definitely rise up against the same man that is coming from within, from the southwest.
Now, we may have to play that piece again
Yes.
of the banjo, because you say it's laced with hatred and bedeviled with all sorts. But
Definitely.
Did you actually listen to it? What part of his speech was laced with hatred or anything?
Well, you know, when a campaign, you know, Asiwaju is a nationalist, is a national figure. And we are in a...
So you think it was only Asiwaju he mentioned in that speech?
You know, no. He mentioned the article, they betrayed it, but last election, this same Afenifere supported PDP and Atiku. Definitely there must be what is the driving force of Afenifere. If they are truly, where we respect the octogenarian age and philosophy and drive, but the reality on ground now, for the support Asiwaju has received from the north, from the east, from the south, from within even Yoruba land, as at date, it shouldn't be that model of campaign. Yes, they can go all out to campaign for Peter Obi, but at the expense of mentioning that Asiwaju is coming to consolidate on Buhari's something, and all, it's more or less...
You started out saying they're entitled to their views.
Definitely.
But now you say it's going to be ultra-virus,
yes,
laced with hatred. Just a minute. And then you say last time they supported Atiku.
Definitely.
But this time, they also did, they say that, well, for peace and equity, the Labour Party candidate. So Atiku is still contesting. If they supported him at the time, why are they not supporting him now? Because going by what you say, naturally they should be supporting him now, if what you say was true.
To me, it means that there is no consistency in your belief system.
Doesn't mean that they're standing by their principles?
No. That's not principle. That is just pension. Because if you've been following Baba Adebanjo's approach in campaigning, is a campaign of calumny against Asiwaju. It is not because of his aspiration now. He has always been on that hill. At any given instance, Asiwaju will always come to the front. There has been issues that have been dragged, either being given house, being given denial and all that. We are not coming into all that. It is insignificant to discuss that on here. But what concerns us is that, yes, they are on their own premise arrive at the Peter Obi's endorsement. Yes, as Afenifere, as a group, an association of people who have their interests. As the president of Yoruba Council of Youth Worldwide, we believe in Asiwaju. We endorse Asiwaju. We are giving Asiwaju continuous support because we believe...
So nobody has kicked against your supporting Asiwaju. So why should this be any different if they choose support who they want to?
No, we are no longer now bringing Peter Obi into our discourse whenever whatever we are doing. But for them, for the fact that you have endorsed your candidate, you don't need to shift your your house into another person's abode in order to make a statement. They have just infringed.
How have they done that?
By coming towards the effect of making Asiwaju trying to call a dog a bad name by all standard. And to us, it is one of the cardinal objectives. INEC itself is, had a summit on yesterday on the approach of campaigns. This kind of campaign is capable of inciting ethnic violence against, maybe between Igbo, Yoruba.
Did INEC say that groups cannot support
Definitely,
whichever
no,
candidate
they did not
want?
say that. But once it is now being conflicted with this kind of approach, you have a right to support your candidate. We have not come to the fore.
What approach exactly is this?
Yes, definitely. We watched with keen interest their endorsement of Peter Obi. Yes, they premise it on the fact that the Southeast have not had fair share of this country, and it would be negation of the democratic ethos that we have as a date, because we've had leaders from the southeastern part that are serving and are still serving this country. Nobody would have said that the Southeast have not.
Is what they said wrong? That
it's absolutely wrong.
Has not been president of this country.
It's absolutely wrong. It negates good conscience, equity.
So has the Southeasterner been president of this country if he says wrong?
Well, definitely from the Azikwe, even Jonathan claimed from the Southwest. Everybody, when they are coming,
Jonathan was not from the Southeast.
No, it's not from the Southeast. But at the expo, when he was contesting, the same Southeast rallied around and claimed it to be Azikwe. Jonathan Azikwe.
So are they wrong to say that the Southeasterner has not been president of the country?
For the fact that they've had ceremonial president in the...
So they are not wrong then?
They are wrong. No, they are wrong. The Southeast have had a fair share of this country. But in this dispensation,
what the group said is that a Southeasterner has not been president of the country, and they don't see anything wrong with that. Are they wrong about that?
Well, I premise on the fact that they are wrong.
How?
The Southeast, just as the Ralph rightly said, yes, being a ceremonial president in the First Republic, under Azikwe, they've had fair share of ruling this country. We know what happened during the Civil War, how it was orchestrated. We know how we find ourselves.
But you know as well as everybody is that they maintain that the Southeasterner has not been president of the country, which you agree with, even though, which is what their premise is.
And I want to correct. Yes, Peter Obi is not the only Southeastern and contesting. We are not against that, and we are not after Peter Obi. He has his own fundamental right. He left PDP for Labour. He had a fair share of last endorsement.
So why are you worried about this? If it's no big deal, if the candidate of you're supporting has all the pedigree, why are you worried? Just go to town. Whatever they say won't matter. So it shouldn't be any big deal, should it?
We are not even feeling any pulse on us. But what we want to take them on is that as leaders of Yoruba land, there is what is called charity begins at home. We love ourselves.
But it's a democracy. Northern Elders Forum has kicked against the president time and again. Ohanes and Igbo have kicked against Southeast governors time and again. What is wrong if Afenifere says, no, we don't agree with this? What's wrong with that?
Look at the premise of my argument. I didn't say the fact that they went out to endorse Peter Obi. It is within their confines of rights. But the fact that it is laced with conflict, with hatred for our own endorsed candidate.
And I've asked you several times.
They don't need to bring it to the fore.
I've asked you several times, listening to that speech, which Padebanjo said, why they think that the Southeasterners should be given a chance to rule the country. What part of it is laced with hatred?
I want you to replay that same tape. Where it was laced with hatred was the fact that yes, they've given their reason that, well, Southeast have not been given fair share, but coming to the fore to make it known that, oh, it's because of Asiwaju is coming as a consolidation of...
What part of his speech? You've listened to it, you've read it, you've played it at the beginning. What part?
I just reiterate now. When they made mention of the name of Asiwaju that is coming for the fact that they have their own coming out and does not mean that they are supporting a Southeastern. And to me, you don't need to mention
So
that.
how is that hatred?
No, let me tell you. It is predicated on the premise of their antecedents. We are not saying that because of now.
Can people
They
accuse
hold
you?
that ground
Can people
when
accuse
something
you,
is
Yoruba
consistent.
Council of Elders, for hating Atiku Abubakar of PDP and hating Labour Party because you support Tinubu?
Because we will not even come out to campaign against
But
them.
you just said it. You just made your position known.
No, we made our position the fact that this is our candidate, and we are focused on our candidate.
So is that
We are
hatred
not-
of the other candidates?
No. That is
So why is their own now
for
hatred?
the fact that they brought in Asiwaju in the premise of their discourse as a point, as you understand what I'm trying to say. It is mischievous of them to have brought in Asiwaju's campaign presidential interest in their discourse. You can discuss about you and I. You don't need to put me as the premise of your supporting the other candidate. Go straight and support your Southeast. Mobilize the people that are within your membership. We are not members of Afenifere. Afenifere has their own interest. So we also, as the Yoruba Council worldwide, we have the Yoruba Council of You, we have the Yoruba Council of Today. We even have the Omoluabi Coalition for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We are giving our total endorsement. And entire Yoruba land, I can boastfully say that not just Yoruba people. Now, this Asiwaju is not a regional leader. He's a national leader for the fact that the Northerners gave him all the full support. He's even receiving mass support from the Southeast. So we are not seeing this election as a ethnic critical competitive election. It shouldn't be tagged in that manner. The fact that they are making it look more ethnic does not give it.
Are you suggesting
that it is on the merits?
Are you suggesting that Asiwaju's name should not come up in their discussion at all? Is it untouchable?
No. We are not giving them that, yes. But it should be laced with love. It should be laced with understanding. There should be,
It should be laced with love.
Yes.
What is love in this case? By supporting Asiwaju?
No, we don't say that. There's a way you have to go about your campaign without us conflicting. We don't need to sell ourselves in a bad light. That's why we are only correcting the Afenifere. By coming now is to correct them. That, Baba, we know you are elders of our land. We know you have your opinion.
You're correcting them for saying the Southeast needs a chance to be president of this country.
Well,
but you are supporting your candidate. You don't want them to
Southeast to aspire.
But you don't want them to do the same thing that you're doing.
Wait, look at the kind of if you go on social media today, the approach of some of these Southeastern brothers of ours to this election is more or less like somebody is reverberating a war song. It does not, the way they come at your candidate.
How do you mean by that? Everybody, why do you think?
Because they abuse. They flaunt these things as if there is no longer caution, as if there is no law that guides the process.
How do you pin that to them? Because all candidates of all parties, all supporters of all candidates, practically do the same thing.
That is why we need to caution ourselves.
So why are you selecting that it's this who abuse?
No, I'm not particular on them. I've given an overview of how situation is being played out now. And what we are trying to caution is that the media has a huge role to play. By having a way to model discourse around, we cannot, after 2023, Nigeria will still be there. Nigeria is our only country.
The media hears.
We need to do all our best to love the country. And I believe strongly, campaigns should be based on issues. What are you coming to do? Is it a restructuring? Is it economy? And these are blueprints Asiwaju has before.
If it's going to be based on issues.
That's why we are still retreating our endorsement
we need to,
for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu Shetima presidential campaign.
Which is the same thing Afenifere has done, which you say is hatred.
It's not. It's different from that.
All right. We have to thank you for coming on. Olatunji Hassan, President, Yoruba Council Worldwide. Ayo, back to you.
Well, I'm sure you will have some responses.
My reactions went from the hilarious to the pathetic, and then I almost felt that move to cry. The man that is talking, he even said that at one point that we are all disciples of Awolowo. That is not true. This man does not know anything about Chief Awolowo. And I'll tell you something today. Afenifere has been the only organization, socio-political organization with the highest rate of success in uniting Nigeria. And I'll tell you why. In the First Republic.
If you don't mind, Chief, we don't really have much time, so I want you to...
I need to do this quickly, please. In the First Republic, the AG, Afenifere AG, won the election in the Southwest. We were the leader of opposition in the East. We had S.G. Ukoku, who beat his father, Alvani Ikoku, with 56 votes. Action Group in the East. We had 8 members in the Eastern House of Assembly, and then we were the leader of opposition in the East. The same thing in the North, Afenifere. Alhaji Maito. We were the only social-political party as at that time that penetrated every part of the nation. And that is the truth. We were the leader of opposition in the North. We were the leader of opposition in the East. The North didn't have any leadership in any opposition in any of the other zones. Only Afenifere did. And it was because of our egalitarian message. This same message. This man knows nothing about Awolowo. He knows nothing about Afenifere.
Afenifere
I'm coming, please.
not...
I need to say this, and I'm getting emotional. Papa Awolowo supported Ernest Ikoli against Prince Adeleke Adedoyin, his own Yoruba, not only Yoruba, his own Ijebu person, based on the idea and principles of federalism that his own kinsman did not believe in. He believed more and supported Ernest Ikoli. Now, in 1953, when we were being told to come with all that we had to discuss with the British, Afenifere went with members of the Nigerian community, which were called minorities, from the Middle Belt. Joseph Taka was part of the Western region delegation, the people of the Middle Belt. Then Awolowo called them the core region, Calabar, Ogoja, Rivers. He took all of them. They were part of the Western region delegation to London. That is Afenifere for you. We've always been all of that,
okay,
which of course represents everything about the totality of what Nigeria should stand for. And he's talking about hatred. For who? Hatred between father and son. It was Papa Adebanjo who made this same Asiwaju governor. It will have pleased Papa Adebanjo to even make him president. But this is not about a Yoruba man. It's about equity. It's about looking for what is right for Nigeria. The Southeast have not had this opportunity. And we are going to deny them based on what? He's the one that is sowing all that is wrong about disunity.
Perhaps this conversation should also go to political parties themselves. I mean, let everyone, just as you said, maybe if everyone begins to listen to Afenifere, all the parties would select from that one region, and then we'll have just no other option. We're completely out of time. We have to thank you very much for being a part of our conversation.
Oh,
most certainly.
Honestly,
you will.
I need to throw this.
I'm sincerely sorry.
Papa Adebanjo visited Asiwaju when Asiwaju came back from the UK when he was ill. He went with the leaders of Afenifere, with the deputy leader. He went with Chief Shonibari and the rest of them. And I was in the house of Papa Adebanjo the last time Asiwaju came. So why would somebody be talking of hatred? Well, must it be about this kind of thing that we must be hearing?
As I said,
as we move
it's
Nigeria
a conversation
forward?
that has just begun. We'll most certainly continue it. We have to thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
Wega Dijimo is a member of the National Caucus and Executive Committee of Afenifere. Thank you so much again.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. We'll take a short break and we'll return as we march forward towards 2023 elections. Stay with us.